Hi friends, welcome to WebChamp. In this video, I'm going to discuss what is a OneLake and OneLake Data Hub in Microsoft Fabric. Okay, so if you come to the Power BI platform, so you will see that there is something called OneLake Data Hub. So we will see what is the use of this, how we can use. But before that, we should understood what is a OneLake in Fabric and what is the use of it. Okay, so OneLake is a single unified and logical data storage for your whole organization. Okay, so how that can work, right? A data lake. So data lake, if you are familiar with the Azure, so you will be able to understand what is the data lake. And also data lake is a storage system that processes a large volume of data from various sources. Okay, and if you purchase Office 365 license, so you will come with the Microsoft storage system of OneDrive. Similarly, when you purchase the Fabric license, OneLake automatically comes with the Fabric. Okay, so for every Fabric tenant, there is OneLake, and is designed to be a single place for all your analytics data. Right. So what it does, so one data lake for the entire organization, meaning only one storage for the entire organization, and one copy of data. The main purpose of this one lake is one copy of data for use with multiple analytical engines. So what kind of multiple analytical engines you have in Fabric? So let's say if you are using the PySpark APIs or you are using a notebook, then you will use the Spark engine. Okay, if you access the lakehouse or warehouse in Power BI directly, then you will use the analysis service engine. And so like this, there are many. Okay, we will come across the different analytical engines. So before OneLake, meaning before introducing the OneLake by Microsoft, what people was doing is they have to create a separate or multiple legs for the different business groups. So based on the business group, they has to create. But now this issue, or we can say that this uh, creating a multiple legs has been eliminated by OneLake. So what OneLake does, OneLake is mostly focusing on the collaboration. Okay, so single storage across your all organization need. So every customer tenant has exactly one. Okay, so meaning if any tenant has Fabric, so there will be exactly one lake house. Only one lake house. It cannot be zero. It cannot be more than one. Exactly, it is one. And every Fabric tenant automatically provisions the one lake with no extra resources to set up and manage. Meaning, if you have to work with the Spark, you don't need to do anything. You don't need to set up anything. If you have to work with the SQL, you don't need to set up anything. Everything will be set up there, and it will be ready for use directly for you. Okay. So analytical engine, one more analytical engine is the SQL engine you can use if you have a SQL developer who works on the data. So like this, many or multiple analytical engines are there, or multiple analytical engines are configured in one line. Okay. So how the billing of workspaces work? So within a tenant, okay, tenant, you can say that for one organization that there is one tenant. Okay, if I go to this Fabric workspace and go to the workspace setting, and there is something called license configuration. Okay, for each workspace there is something called license capacity. Okay, so for me this is just okay, trial capacity and SKU, you can say that FT1 and then region. Okay, so this is the region. If I have to edit this, I can convert this, or I can change the license type to this workspace to the pro premium capacity, then embedded fabric, and this is the trial. Okay, you can ignore the trial, but yes, so these many are the options for the capacity you can select, and according to the capacity you will get charged for each workspace. Okay, so the each workspace is a part of capacity that is tied to a specific region. We saw the region, and then is billed separately, meaning billing is generated for each workspace. Right. Fine. So within a workspace, you can create data items. Right. Within a workspace, you can create any kind of data items, and you access all the data in OneLake through the data items. Okay, so you will be able to access all the data items in OneLake. Okay. The way Office comes, meaning the way Office has stores like Word, Excel, PowerPoint files in OneDrive. Similarly, Fabric stores Lakehouse, Warehouse, and other data factory pipelines, then data flows and notebooks, everything inside of OneLake. Right. So OneLake is built on the top of Azure Data Lake Storage Generation 2. Okay, so this comes with the more flexibility as compared to Generation 1, and it can support any type of file, meaning you can store any type of file. It's not like that you can there is no limitation. Okay, we can structured data, unstructured data, you can store in the OneLake. Let's say if a data engineer load the data into Lakehouse using Apache Spark, then SQL developer uses the transact SQL to load the data in fully transactional data warehouse. So both contributing, meaning if you use the Spark notebook, or if you use the SQL engine, okay, so both the developer can contribute to the same data lake. So OneLake store all tabular data in Delta Parquet format. So this is a format of storing the data. So this is managed internally. You need not to worry about this. This is just part of architecture, how it get managed. In all the fabric items, like data warehouse or lakehouse, store their data automatically in Delta Lake format. So this is a format, meaning if your data is coming from the Power BI, okay, or see Synapse data warehouse, Synapse real time analytics. So all these are the components, or we can say the items of fabric, and they can connect. But if you are using to store the data, so they can store the data in the Delta Lake format. So inside of OneLake, you can have multiple workspaces, as I said. So here we will see one copy of data with multiple analytical engines, right? So if you have a data stored in workspace A and another data stored in workspace B, right? So you can use the same storage with the data factory, with Synapse data engineering, with Azure data warehousing. Okay, but if you are using warehousing, then transact SQL will be used. If you are using data factory and Spark, then Spark, meaning data engineering, then Spark can be used. Then KQL, if you want to go with the real time analytics, KQL, Custo query language. This is again another compute, we can say that, or we can say that engine. Then analysis services, again one more engine that you can use with the Power BI directly if you want to build the reports, if you want to access the data directly into the Power BI. So analysis service engine. So these are the different analytical engines that can be used. Okay. So while applications might have separation of storage and computing, the data is often optimized for the single engine, which make it difficult to reuse the same data for multiple applications. Meaning, it was earlier situation when applications we're using the separate storage and computing. Okay. But now with the Fabric, what happens? So different analytic engine, Transact SQL, Apache Spark, KQL analysis service, store the data in open delta format. Okay, delta packet format to allow you to use the same data across the multiple engines. Right? So this is what I achieved with the OneLake. And this is the core concept of OneLake. I can say that, for example, imagine just that you have a team of SQL engineers building a fully transactional data warehouse. Okay. So what they can do, they can use T-SQL engine and all the power of T-SQL to create tables, transform data, and load the data to the tables. If a data scientist wants to make a use of this data, okay, meaning if data is stored by SQL, still it can be used by the another analytical engine. That data scientist wants to make a use of this data, so they no longer need to go through the spatial Spark or SQL driver. So they don't need to do any kind of setup. They don't need to focus on the installation and like drivers or any other kind of things. So instead of that, they can focus on the data. So OneLake stores all data in delta packet format. Okay. And data scientists can use full power of Spark engine and its open source library directly over the data. Whatever the data stored, they can use. Right. So this is just a short introduction about the OneLake, how it works, and how it store the data. Okay. But how to monitor the Fabric items, right? So if you come to the here Fabric workspaces, not workspaces. Okay, if you have Fabric capacity, even you have a Power BI also, so you will be able to. So Power BI is a part of Fabric also. So one Lake Data Hub is there. Here, what you can do is you can monitor all your Power BI, or we can say Fabric items here in one place. Okay. So a OneLake Data Hub make it easy to find, explore, and use the Fabric data items in your organization that you have access. Okay, meaning if I create any Fabric item, and if you give access to the XYZ person, then that person will be able to see all the Fabric items shared and created by him in this place. Right. So how to see how to filter the data? Okay, so what it does is, first we will see. So data items are items that stored data such as lakehouse, warehouse, semantic models, and that there are many. Okay, what data hub provides us a filterable list of all the data items you can access. Okay, so where is the list? That if you go down, so this is the list. This is the filterable list. You can see that here I have created a lake house, semantic models are there, then warehouse is there. Okay, what kind of things? Then lake house is there. Okay, so all these items you can see in one place. Then we can say that it is a gallery of recommended data items. So there is something called a recommended data items. So you will be able to see this is the recommended data items for you. This is based on your use of items. Then a way of finding data items by workspace. Okay, so here if you come down, so in Explorer window, there is a list of workspaces, right? There is a list of workspaces. So this, the if you click on the workspace, so you will see the items in that workspace. Okay, so this is MS Fabric. Inside a Fabric, I have created a warehouse, I have created semantic models, I have created a lake house, I have a KQL database, and SQL analytics endpoint. So whatever is there, you will be able to see. Right. So you can filter the data by workspaces. Then way to display only data items of selected domain. So what is the domain? Okay, so we are right to discuss what is the domain, how to create domain in Power BI service and all. But yes, if you come on the top, so then here you can see that by default the filter is applicable to the all domain. Let's say I would like to filter my reports from the HR domain only. If I select this, So all my these reports are, whatever the reports or whatever the workspaces associated with this domain, uh, items of that workspaces will be shown here. Okay. And even there is an option to many of the things you can do with the data items. Okay. So what to do with the data items? Okay. I don't want to do this. Okay. What I would like to do is I would like to see the type of item. So if you go here in a filter, okay, and if you search here, if you are looking for the lake houses, you can select lake houses. It will show all the lake houses. What are the lake houses you have access for? If you want to see the SQL analytics points, you can see SQL analytics points, right? So this is how you can filter the items. This is the best way to explore all your fabric items, right? So find items in the data list. So we discussed how we can find all data, my data, even there is a endorsed in your org. So these are the favorite. If you mark any item as a favorite, okay, so that will be shown here. So far I have not marked anything. Okay, and here if I go, okay, I will say holiday as my favorite. So if I come to the favorite, it will be shown here. Okay. So if anything is endorsed or certified in your organization, you will see here. And this is whatever the items you have created will be shown in my data. And whatever the items you have created plus the number of items shared with you by the people from your organization will be shown here in all. Right. So this is the a way to find your items. And what kind of filters we have? So first we saw a domain filter, how we can use a domain filter. Then there is something called a recommended items. So you can go by these items. Then fabric item types you can use, go to the filter and then filter the data by the type of items. You will be able to filter the data by the workspaces, right? So this is the a way you can use to find out your fabric items in OneLake Data Hub. Okay, I hope you like the video, and I I can say that please do not forget to subscribe the webcam if you find this content is helpful for you, and happy learning.